Alright guys, let's get into it. You clicked on this video because you know Moon Knight's a simple hero. However, you want to know if there's anything you can do to just do just a little bit better with him. And as you can see there in the bottom left corner, I am a Lord Moon Knight player. I play him almost exclusively. I can play anybody, but I have the most fun with Moon Knight. And today I just want to give you guys some little tricks and stuff that you can do to just have a lot more success in your games, do a lot more damage, survive a little bit better, etc. And I want to go over little tiny details that you may or may not know. So without further ado, let me get into this for you guys. First thing here that I want to do for y'all, basically like a little myth bust, but everybody knows if you attack the Ankh, it will damage the hero. It bounces off and hits them like this. However, a lot of people may not know if you hit them directly, you do a little bit more damage. So to see it from full health here, if you hit them directly, it does about half. And if you do it off the Ankh, it's just slightly less. It's not super noticeable with one burst, but it will add up very quickly. And obviously, if you hit a headshot, it's going to do significantly more damage. Another thing to know is alternate fire, the big shot. It also can headshot. A lot of people don't know that. You do have to aim a little bit higher. You'll notice right there from this angle, I did not get a headshot somehow. But right there, you see the headshot. It's pretty good damage, and honestly, the damage on this move is pretty much the same as his burst. It's pretty similar, so whatever you would do normally with your burst shot, just essentially try to do this big one. Another thing here that some people may not know, his Ankh does do damage. It's not a lot. You'll see her health is about 2.5. If I hit the Ankh here, now she's at just about 2. That's not much, but that is something, and that is going to add a little bit of damage. Now, one thing I do want to point out for you guys, if you're going against a group of enemies, and these two enemies are close enough for Moon Knight's thing to hit, you may be tempted to throw your Ankh down at them and just start unloading at the Ankh, which you are free to do if you don't have confidence in your hitting the enemies or if they're a lot smaller. However, if they are bigger enemies, you do need to target them, because your bounces will ignore the Ankh if you hit an enemy. Thus, you won't be losing any damage from using the Ankh. For example here, you'll notice that it just bounces between them two. And it does not matter where I put this Ankh, even if I put it directly in between them here. It's just going to go right over the Ankh and ignore it completely. So you will be getting max damage just for hitting the target itself. So always aim at them if they're in a big group. Do not prioritize your Ankh if you have an easy target. Now, one thing you guys should know is Moon Knight does have damage drop off. If you're anywhere within like the 30 meters, you're probably not going to notice it. It's pretty good damage. But once you get a lot further away, you're going to see the damage drop. It's not going to be significant till you're like really far, but one of these guys should either be dead or just about dead at this point if there was no damage drop off. Either way, with how many like things you're going to be spamming, it's still better to be probably about this range, I would say, in most cases. Anything further than that is just a poke. You're not really going to kill anybody unless they're just low health. So yeah, it's good to use if you're like, I guess at a choke point and you got a little bit of a distance poke, you can just kind of keep spamming this. But you see that damage is significantly less. Now, the main reason I wanted to make this guide is his bread and butter combo, which is, I've seen told wrong by a lot of people. A lot of people are saying, throw your Ankh, throw your big thing, and then just start shooting. And I can tell you how frustrating that is to see. It's not only are you losing damage in like a small amount of time, but you could just be doing so much more damage just so much quicker. Like, it's unreal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this real quick. Just choose somebody, go back. That'll work. So there's two variations of this actual combo that you can do. Essentially, what you're gonna do is throw your Ankh down, and this is in slow-mo first, just so y'all can see it. You want to do Ankh, normal shot, big shot, normal shot, and then from there you can just keep spamming. Now that's the simple version of this combo, and this is the most like when you're going to be using, because it guarantees the most damage because you can just shoot it at the Ankh, and most likely the Ankh won't get destroyed in this time. But when you do it in fast, you're going to have some cancels with it. What it's going to do is it gets rid of this delay between your burst here in the beginning, and it fills that time with your secondary fire. So it's going to be like doom, 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 which is going to give you so much more damage than doing that secondary first, followed by the two slow ones. So what it's going to look like here is just do. Way faster. Now, what you should really try to do, and I'm going to do this just for practice sakes here, so I don't have to wait on cooldowns, and put these on this side over here, that way I can reuse them here, is you want to try to do this, and if you have a tank or something else, try to hit them instead of using the Onk. You want to pull them together with the Onk. Let me kill these guys real quick so we have full health to work with. But you want to pull them together with the Onk and then focus all your fire on them. And it's going to look something like this. And you'll notice how fast they die. It is crazy good. Now, there's still another variation of this combo you can do. And this is going to be better for ambush-wise because you're going to have to use everything quick. You're going to do that same combo, but instead of starting out with the Onk, you get one of your burst fires off first. And it's going to look something like this. And they're going to die even faster. And essentially, you're going to get 9 shots off. You're going to get your secondary off. And you're going to get the Onk. And it is a lot of damage. So I'll show you one more time here. It's shot, Onk, shot. And at that point, they might even be dead. But it's crazy good damage. Now, if you do it too quick, you actually won't pull out the full burst. So, for example, I've got 30 shots here, and you fire 3 at a time. But if you do it too quick, you may actually end up canceling your burst with your secondary fire or your Onk too quickly. So, I'm going to do it as fast as I can here, and you'll see. Well, in that case, I did not. But you could do it too quick here, and it looks, I mean, you're still gonna get plenty of damage, but you're gonna lose on potential damage if you do it too quick. So it's pretty nuts how much damage you can do with this combo, guys. It's just something you got to practice because it's a lot of canceling for sure. And if you can't get that first shot, that's okay. But the easiest combo for sure is just gonna be Onk fire into like that, and that's gonna kill most of the squishies anyways. But when there's a tank around or somebody fat you can shoot, try to prioritize shooting them instead of the Onks, and you're going to get a little more damage on every single person. Let's talk about Moon Knight's ult. Now, recently it did get buffed, so now the radius on it is much bigger. Beforehand, it was about the size of the Onk, maybe a little bit smaller, and it was good high damage in its spot. It was more of just a choke point cutoff. It was very hard to actually kill people with it, except for maybe one slow person. But now it's pretty massive. Now, I do see a lot of people make the mistake of throwing their Onk first and then popping their ult, doing like that. And while that can pull people in, you'll notice there's a delay on the ult. So by the time they get pulled in, the crowd control from the pull is already done, and they can use, you know, their speed or whatever to get out of it. However, what you should be doing is the opposite. You should be using the ult first and then using your Onk. Because of the delay, opponents, you know, they're going to be like, oh, I need to leave. I need to get out of here. So what you're going to do is use your ult and then immediately follow it up with that damage combo I mentioned earlier, except start with the Onk. And what that's going to do is start the combo and then pull them into it. And you're probably going to erase anybody that's not a tank, and the tanks are going to have barely any health left unless, one, they shield it, or two, you know, they're just really fast or something, like maybe a Venom swing or something. But that's the combo you should be doing every single time you use your ult. Do not use your ult unless you're saving yourself or you have your Onk. If you don't have your Onk, please do not use your ult. You're just wasting it. Now, I've seen videos on the internet talking about Moon Knight's grappling hook, and a lot of people just aim it straight down, get like all this extra height. And that's great if you need like to actually be that high. Like, say for example, I wanted to get to this, right? You know, I could just do this and zip up really high and get to it, or, you know, get close enough to do a double jump. Man, that was a big fail, but y'all get the point. However, I really don't think you should be doing this unless it is absolutely necessary, because you really don't have any good sideways mobility. So if you're trying to get out of danger or something, let's say, I don't know, let's say there's a Punisher over here, he's got his ult, and you need to get out, all you can do is double jump and then do this to try to get away. Good chance he's going to get you in time. You got your grappling hook, which has a very long cooldown. It's like 16 seconds. Use that to get out of danger. Well, you got to hit the wall. That's going to pull you just a little bit quicker. It's not insane, but it's enough to get you out of danger. You really should be saving it for either sideways movement, or if you are going to do a big vertical height, it really must be necessary. Otherwise, you're just wasting it. I mean, there's no point in actually using it to get to higher spots in just casual team fights, because it's such a long cooldown, man. It's better to just use your double jump when you can. It's only got, I think, a 5 or 6 second cooldown. Now, one last thing I want to mention, guys. I don't really have a great way to show it here in the practice range, but I thought I would let y'all know about it. If you do the team up with Cloak and Dagger, you get this invisibility move you can use. And if you're going against a Star-Lord and he gets his ult, his legendary ult where he can auto-aim, he cannot auto-aim at you while you are invisible. So if you do have this available, or if you're just against a Star-Lord in general, try to save this if you can, if it's, you know, about the time you think he has his ult. Because one, it's going to get his attention off of you most likely, and two, he's not going to come after you. He's going to go after the auto-aim, so very useful to have, and yeah, don't waste it. It's more powerful than it looks. And guys, that's about all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy and you want to see more gameplay, go follow me on twitch.tv/JohnDeliner. Link will be in the description. Also, subscribe to the channel for more content. I'm going to be making a lot more Rivals content, whether it be Moon Knight, whether it be anybody else. And I like to be silly in games like this, so you're going to see a lot of funny, fun content. But again, hope you did enjoy the video. Hope you learned something new. If you got anything else y'all would like to add to help any fellow Moon Knight players out there, feel free to leave a comment down below. Guys, thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video.